Welcome back, everyone. Are you ready for a story about how a single tick of the clock can change your entire perspective on life, love, and what truly fulfills you? Today, we are diving into a whirlwind of emotions, unexpected desires, and a race against time. Our story begins with Theris, the highly admired and powerful boss of a prestigious magazine company. Standing right by her side is her best friend and loyal assistant, Maddie. They aren't just colleagues. They share everything. One day, the mood in the office shifts. Maddie looks exhausted and shares the struggles of her relationship with her boyfriend, Arthur. You see, Arthur works away and only comes home once a year. Maddie jokingly wishes he had practiced on other fields while he was away. Why? Because every time he returns, she notices that he is getting a bit rusty when it comes to plowing the field, if you know what I mean. Talk about a blunt confession. Curious about her friend's past, Maddie asks Theris about her own ex-boyfriend. But before Theris can even answer, her world goes black. She suddenly loses consciousness, sending a panicked Maddie rushing her to the hospital. When the doctor steps in, the news is devastating. Theris is diagnosed with NDS, a condition that could rapidly escalate into full-blown leukemia. Imagine the shock. Theris is confused and heartbroken. How could this happen? She lives a healthy life. She has amazing friends, and at just 26 years old, she feels far too young to be facing a death sentence. Maddie, being the ultimate best friend, steps up. She refuses to let Theris drown in despair. She promises that Theris will not fight this battle alone. That very night, Maddie decides to stay at Theris's house to make sure she has a shoulder to cry on. The next morning, however, Theris shocks Maddie with a very unusual request. Instead of crying, Theris asks Maddie to introduce her to some men. Why the sudden urge for romance? Well, at 26 years old, Theris admits that she has only surrendered her baton once in her life to her ex-boyfriend. Now, facing a terrifying medical condition, she decides to put everything on the line. She wants to live, to experience passion, and to enjoy whatever time she has left before facing heavier battles. She wants to find someone who will truly make her happy. Maddie listens. And you know what? She realizes her friend's reasons are completely valid. She agrees to help, but on one strict condition. Theris must take all her prescribed medications. Deal. Looking for inspiration, the two friends start watching to get some ideas. That's when Maddie gets a light bulb moment. She suggests Luigi from the IT department. Apparently, Luigi has had a massive crush on Theris for the longest time. Theris smiles and agrees to the plan. It doesn't take long for Theris and Luigi to meet up, and let's just say things move way faster than expected. Theris doesn't beat around the bush. In a bold move, she decides to give Luigi some CPR on his second head. Soon after, they officially launch their private Queedies. While this is all happening, Maddie is actually peeking through a crack in the door. But it's not out of malice. She is genuinely smiling and happy to see her friend finally letting loose and enjoying life. After the successful encounter, the two best friends hit up a bar. Theris excitedly recounts how much she enjoyed her time with Luigi and expresses her desire to live her remaining days to the absolute fullest. Maddie reveals that she has already contacted another handsome guy named Aris, just in case Theris wants another adventure. But Maddie sets a ground rule to protect her friend's heart. Theris is only allowed to meet each recommended guy once. Why? To avoid any messy emotional complications. But just as they are laughing and planning, reality strikes. Theris suddenly gets a nosebleed. The fun instantly evaporates, leaving both friends deeply worried about her deteriorating health. When Maddie finally returns home that night, she is met with a very upset Arthur. He is furious because Maddie leaves early in the morning and comes home in the dead of night. He pouts, reminding her that his vacation only lasts for a month before he has to board the ship again. Maddie patiently explains that Theris has no family, and she is the only one who can support her through this sickness. To melt Arthur's anger away, Maddie decides to dedicate some quality time to him. Soon enough, the tension evaporates, and the two are heard happily launching their own nighttime Queedies. A few days later, Theris meets up with Aris. He turns out to be a total gentleman and incredibly easy to talk to. Aris is so charmed that he invites Theris back to his condo unit to launch their own Queedies. Theris politely declines at first, saying there is always a next time. Aris respects her boundaries and doesn't push it. Later on, Maddie invites Theris to lunch, but Theris declines because she is actually meeting up with Aris again. Maddie is thrilled that her friend is putting herself out there, but she reminds Theris to always say no if she ever feels uncomfortable. Still acting as the ultimate protective best friend, Maddie accompanies Theris to Aris's condo. She tells Theris that she will be waiting in the lobby, and if Theris isn't down in exactly 1 hour, Maddie is coming up to get her. Talk about a loyal friend. Up in the unit, Eris welcomes Theris and offers her a beer. She initially declines because of her condition, but thinking about the massive stress she has been under, she changes her mind. When Eris opens it, Maddie sees that Theris is perfectly fine, and the two are clearly enjoying each other's company in a way she didn't expect. Theris apologizes, saying her phone was just on silent. Feeling a bit awkward, Maddie quietly retreats back to the lobby. Later on, Maddie receives a text from Arthur inviting her out to dinner. She invites Theris to come along, but Theris declines, stating that she also has a secret date. She refuses to say who it is, promising to update Maddie only if it becomes successful. Who is this mystery man? It turns out to be Jimmy, Theris' ex-boyfriend. Theris invited him over to her house to test her own heart. She wanted to know if she still felt anything for him. But before any romantic tension can even build up, Theris realizes the truth. She feels absolutely nothing. She makes it clear that there are no remaining feelings and sends Jimmy away respectfully. Meanwhile, at the restaurant, Maddie is on her date with Arthur. Suddenly, she receives a distressed message from Theris saying she desperately needs Maddie's presence. Maddie asks Arthur for permission to leave. Arthur is visibly annoyed, but he realizes there is nothing he can do to stop her. When Maddie arrives at Theris' place, a vulnerable Theris tearfully confesses how lonely she has been feeling, missing her ex. But seeing Jimmy in person made her realize that the love is truly dead. To comfort her crying friend, Maddie pulls her into a tight, warm hug. But in that highly charged emotional state, the hug quickly shifts. Boundaries blur. A spark ignites that neither of them expected. Suddenly, an unexpected, fierce war of passion erupts in that condo unit, as the two queens of the scissors engage in a breathtaking showdown. When Maddie finally returns home, she is shocked to find a beautiful romantic setup prepared by Arthur. He smiles warmly, kneels on one knee, and pulls out a ring to propose. Overwhelmed with joy and emotion, Maddie tearfully accepts his offer. Minutes later, she proudly posts her engagement ring on social media. Theris sees the post, but instead of being happy for her best friend, a heavy wave of sadness washes over her. She realizes that her feelings for Maddie have fundamentally changed. As the days go by, Maddie and Arthur spend time together, but Maddie starts feeling a deep sense of disconnect. She realizes how repetitive and exhausting their relationship is, especially with Arthur constantly leaving for his job at sea. She begins to wonder if she can really sustain this kind of setup for the rest of her life. Back at the office, Theris asks Maddie when the wedding is going to be. Eager to dodge the question, Maddie tries to introduce a new guy to Theris, but Theris politely declines, saying she needs to go for a medical checkup first. Both of them are actively avoiding the elephant in the room. They both know that their feelings for each other have changed after that fateful night, and they can't just ignore it anymore. Maddie accompanies Theris to the hospital for her checkup, and the doctor delivers some mind-blowing news. Based on the new test, Theris has tested negative for the sickness they thought would lead to leukemia. The two friends are filled with absolute joy and pure relief. When they get home, Maddie finally breaks down and confesses to Theris. She admits that she is no longer sure of her feelings for Arthur, and looking at her engagement ring only fills her with confusion. Once again, the intense emotion pulls them together. They fall into another tight hug, and for the second time, that hug ignites a fierce, passionate showdown between the queens of the scissors in the condo. After much soul-searching, Maddie makes a brave decision. She calmly rejects Arthur's marriage proposal and breaks up with him to follow her new heart and be with Theris. Arthur is devastated at first, but because he truly loves Maddie, he chooses to set her free. Before they part ways, Arthur says something that shocks Maddie. He tells her that he knows Theris is a good person and that he is sure Maddie will be safe in her arms. Maddie is stunned. All this time, she thought Arthur was completely clueless, but he had chosen to understand her in silence. Talk about a heartbreakingly noble sacrifice. Maddie finally finds herself as a completely free woman. Our story ends on a note of incredible bravery and honesty. In front of all the employees at their office, Theris and Maddie stand side by side and proudly confess the true contents of their hearts. Instead of facing mockery or judgment, they are met with warm smiles, loud cheers, and the heartfelt support of all their co-workers.